Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy WinterSoldier back with another Borderlands 3 video, and in today's video we're going to be giving you the best Moze build in 2025 that's easy to use, kills all the enemies in the game, good for bossing, good for mobbing, and has a great source of survivability. So with that being said, let's go ahead and check the gear for the build. So the build is based around cryo and matching the elements of your weapons and gear. So you're going to want to have cryo throughout your weapons, your shield, and grenade. That's going to each give you 10% more damage that stacks. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% extra weapon damage just by having the same elements, which is going to be the principle of the build. Next, you're going to want to have weapons that deal splash damage. So some of the best weapons to use are going to be the Chaosin, the Sandhawk, the Boomsicle, the Plaguebearer, and Unkept Herald are some weapons that I really like. You can go ahead and use some other weapons that you guys find are really strong as well in the game that deal splash damage. For anointments, you're going to want to use consecutive hits. This is going to increase weapon damage by 1% per hit, and this is amazing to have. This is going to scale really fast, so make sure you have that. If not, you can use while Iron Cub is active, weapon damage is increased by 150%, or while action skill is active to use it, but those are going to be the main anointments you're going to want in the game. Now for bossing, you're going to want to have the Infernal Wish. Why the Infernal Wish? Because you're going to get an extra projectile and it's going to be like double damage essentially. So you want to have the Infernal Wish for bossing mostly, or even clearing mobs with the Plaguebearer, that's just fine. But if you get tired of using the Plaguebearer, I would recommend maybe using the Old God or the Plus Ultra. So the Plus Ultra is going to give you more shield, so more tankiness most of the time. And then of course you're going to want to have the Old God in case you want a little more cryo damage for regular mobbing. Now, for the grenade, nothing special. You can have the recurrent hex or the maddening tracker, but the most important thing is that it's cryo, and then your anointment is on grenade thrown, weapon, grenade, and weapon. And action skill damage are increased by 25%. So make sure you have that anointment on as well. It's going to increase your Iron Cub, it's going to increase your damage, etc., etc. Now, for the artifacts, you're going to want to have either Snowdrift Victory Rush with area of effect and heavy weapon damage on it. Make sure that you have Snowdrift for bossing, so you can slide shoot and get even more bonus damage with cryo. This is perfect. And Moze is usually a bit of a slow character, so having that slide speed can help you evade also in boss fights, which is great to have as well. Now for regular mobs, you're going to want to have the Pearl of Inevitable. That's just going to be something easy to use. You don't even have to think about it. You don't have to change your playstyle, just run and gun, and you're good to go with the Pearl. Even for bossing, you're fine with the Pearl as well, but I find if you want to maximize the damage for bossing, Snowdrift, and for mobs, the Pearl is going to be just enough for you. Now, moving on, lastly, for the class mod, you want to have the Flare. Make sure you have a Flare with splash damage. The rest doesn't really matter. Make sure you have splash damage radius, etc. And if you have heavy weapon damage, even better. But make sure you have the Flare because you're going to gain up to 100% damage while Iron Cub is active, which is amazing. And keep in mind, we get 100% from this, plus we're getting that extra 60% from having all cryo, right? I know my shield is not cryo, but again, I can just put a cryo on and I'm good to go, right? Here we go. So quickly for the skill tree, guys, what you want to do is spec mostly into the purple tree and of course the blue tree. That's going to be most of our points. We have no points in the red tree. What we're doing is we're having Iron Cub. So what we're doing is we're putting 2 points into biofuel because whenever we ignite enemies, they both regenerate health for a short time. We're putting it into big surplus so that when Iron Cub is down, we have bonus damage with Moze. We have really big guns to get Iron Bear damage to be increased. This is where we're gonna have that synchronization to get more damage with matching elements in the guns and the gear we use. Then we have the Fired Up, which is gonna give us more fire rate, and this stacks, which is amazing. So more damage, more DPS, right? More DPS output. This is going to increase the maximum fuel and the cooldown rate for Iron Cub. We also have fuel returned with putting 1 point into here. There's diminishing returns. So we're only going to put 1 point into here because the diminishing returns happen very fast. We have superior firepower, give us more status effect damage. This also stacks. This is a very, very good perk to have. Then you're going to have a limit break to increase your cooldown rate. This also stacks, so this is a great way to get back your Iron Cub when he goes down. Then you have feature creep. This is going to increase Iron Bear's damage by 18%. This is also for Iron Cub, by the way. And then you want to have running on flames because this is going to give you more time with Iron Cub. If you ignite somebody, it's going to delay the consumption of fuel. So very, very powerful. You're going to want to have fuel for the fire to basically, when you inflict the status effect on an enemy, Iron Cub's armor is restored. So to give your Iron Cub a little more tankiness. He never really dies, honestly, so you're pretty good to go with this. And of course we have Iron Cub equipped. So going into Blue Tree, we're going to go all the way down to the capstone to get that short fuse, because that's going to give us a lot more damage as well while we're shooting enemies, right, and dealing splash damage. This is going to be great as a secondary explosion. You're going to want to have points in the Fire Skag Den to get bonus incendiary damage. You're going to want to have deadlines to get more fuel returned and less fuel drained. So you see the concept of the build is to really reduce the amount of fuel consumption, and of course to keep Iron Cub as active as possible. And we're also getting some damage for Moze, of course, by getting things like Torque Cross Promotion to get more splash damage. We're getting Means of Destruction for more, an ammo chance and grenade chance when we do splash damage. We have Stainless Steel Bearer to increase the maximum fuel, armor, and damage. This is a must-have. And of course, if you have a class mod that can give you lots of points into here, make sure that you have that. That'll be even better. Then we have Auto Bearer. Once Iron Cub goes down, it keeps Iron Cub active for a short period of time. So we still have him active and doing damage with his nukes. We have Pull the Holding Pin to allow our grenades to crit, which do more damage. We have Vampire to steal enemies' health, which is very, very important to keep us alive. We also have To the Last to increase, to allow us to throw grenades during Fight for Your Life, which is great because with the recurring hex, it's just going to go ahead and find an enemy and just do multiple damage to him and keep you alive and keep your duration of your Fight for Your Life active until you find somebody to kill or Iron Cub kills them. Then Short Fuse, again, this is just more damage as I went over before. Then we're going to go for the nukes. This is so powerful, it's absolutely insane. Plus with all the other advantages we're giving, this scales so high in damage that you want to have the nukes. And then we also have Vanquisher Rocket Pod so we can have the nukes, right? So it's going to be our weapon of choice. Nothing in the red tree. And then finally, we also have the green tree where we're going to fish some more damage for Moze, fire rate for Moze, and also a little bit more for Iron Cub. So right here, we're going to get more Iron Cub damage. We're going to be getting more bonus incendiary damage here, which is great. We're going to be getting more incendiary damage right here. Then we're going to be getting more ammo regeneration, health regeneration, which is fantastic on critical hits. And don't forget, now that our grenades can critical hit, it will also proc the redistribution. Then we have Scrappy for more weapon damage, weapon handling, weapon swap speed, and mode switch speed if anybody cares. Then we have Scorching RPMs, which is going to give us more critical hit damage, fire rate, and Iron Bear damage. More damage for Moze and Iron Cub. Beautiful. We have Russian Offensive. This is a free way to get more lifesteal. So not only do we have Vampire by throwing grenades and getting our health back, by running and shooting, we also get all our health back really quick. So this is more survivability for Moze, and this is going to be great. And then lastly, we're going to have Specialist Bear, which is going to give Iron Bear even more damage if they have the same two weapons equipped, which we both have 2 nukes. So this is another 60% to the nukes that are already doing lots of damage. So this is going to be insane to have, guys. The damage is nuts. Between you and Iron Cub, you are unstoppable. So make sure to go ahead, try out the skill tree, make sure to get the gear, and go have fun, and let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about the build and if the build is working for you. I'll catch you next one, guys. It's your boy WinterSoldier signing out. Peace.